Are going to take possession of the football. They'll run with Foreman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Mayfield on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown! Chuba Hubbard. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And this one is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
On 3rd down, Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Winston to throw for it on 4th. There's Chris Olave. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Jameis again. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. 2nd and 4. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This offense on 3rd down today, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Winston into the slide, and he's got a 1st down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Forced out to his left, and he'll just get rid of it.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Jameis to throw it. He is going to find Hill here. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, 27 yards. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And some room to run now. Past the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. And he fires one that's intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Throwing, Mayfield. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well. Especially the quarterback.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, here's Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. Again, it's Kamara. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Right back to him on first down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the block.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 15. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 2nd and 2. To throw is Winston. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert get to the half and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Lutz with the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. He's going to look deep for more. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We saw this franchise do this back in the 09 Super Bowl. The Saints will start the second half with an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll run here with Hubbard. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
2nd and goal from the 1. Hubbard again. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure to give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Winston. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Fourth down, Winston. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that... They had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Yeah, big play there. When you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Here's Winston. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. From the red zone now, Winston. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. To the air again with Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now Winston on 4th down. Touchdown! Taysom Hill from 8 yards out. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, and they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Andre Roberts now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. New Orleans adding some depth to the secondary. They've got 6 DBs out there now for third. Here's Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Jameis now on first down. And that is incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On second down, Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 20. As we wind down near 20 seconds left in the quarter. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Play action now, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. So defensively, they let the play stand. They'd rather have the down as it'll bring up 4th. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he's got room. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 95 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now Landry. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Winston now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Winston. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Panthers will get the football back. Mayfield and the Panthers now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. And he is going to lose yardage here. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mayfield. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. Now Mayfield. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. From the gun, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Winston now to throw on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. They go play action. Winston. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A familiar sight. Kamara brings in another. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Again, it's Winston. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Jameis to throw it. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Throwing, Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now the pressure gets there and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19. 4th down, Winston. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time. Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping. You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, doesn't feel right. Exactly. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. On second down, here's a run with Hubbard. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot. But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways.